I'm Melissa. It's top of the hour, so that means one thing, the news. First up on Razor's Top 5, sex education programs offered by non-education ministry organizations will be subject to more levels of vetting. The Education Ministry reviewed such programs recently when concerned parents wrote in. The leadership struggle at Women's Group Aware brought to light that their sex education program's instructor's guide stated that homosexuality was a neutral word. That got some parents writing to the ministry. Yesterday, Education Minister Ng Eng Hen announced that non-MOE programs will be centrally vetted by the ministry. Schools must choose from the list of approved programs if they wish to hold them, and approved program agencies will be under contract to stick to the ministry's guidelines.
External agencies who want to participate must share those values, must agree that those are the same values that they have, and will adhere to the general framework of what is being taught. There might be very well organizations who feel that they don't agree with this framework or the approach that MOE is taking. And for these external agencies, I would advise that a more productive way is to not to be involved with us in MOE, but to submit their views to the steering committee which I've appointed and which will consist of professionals, so that the professionals can weigh the merits of their argument. If indeed the steering committee feels that there's merit and that there are some improvements, they can change the program.
Bus operator SBS is looking into offering concession fares to commuters with physical disabilities. It is considering doing this on buses first and on trains later. SBS spokesman Tammy Tan said the company is currently working out the mechanics of it with the authorities and welfare groups. If the idea pans out, it will be the first such assistance scheme here, which can benefit up to 4% of people in Singapore. Now here's a look at Singapore in 60 seconds. Singapore is not taking its foot off multi-billion-dollar projects in the transport and logistics sector despite the downturn. Transport Minister Raymond Lim said yesterday the government remains committed to maintaining Singapore's position as a leading maritime port and enhancing appeal as an air hub. Temasek Holdings has broken its silence to explain why it sold its stake in Bank of America. Spokesman Myrna Thomas said that its investment thesis had changed after its holdings in Merrill Lynch were converted into BOA shares. She added the risk return had changed substantially, and so the company decided to divest its BOA stake. Job security was the leading concern among Singaporeans. This according to the latest Nielsen Global Consumer Confidence Index. Global concern for job security rose to 22% from 9% in the last survey. The National Museum of Singapore turns into a festival carnival ground from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. this Sunday, offering lots of activities such as stone painting and sand art. The event kicks off the start of a 9-day-long celebration to mark International Museum Day. That was our Singapore Minute. Now back to Razor's Top 5. Now, it seems Singapore's West Coast area is the #1 dengue hotspot so far this year. 7 residents in West Coast Drive first came down with dengue fever in late March. But the numbers soon rocketed to 42 in 2 months, forming the biggest dengue cluster to date. 25 of them occurred in Hong Leong Garden Condominium. City Developments, which bought the 180-unit condo last December, has since carried out pest control measures in the area. 2/3 of Singaporeans said the flu precautions rolled out by the government are just right. That's according to an online poll of 542 people conducted by government feedback platform Reach. The survey also found that half of the respondents would be worried if a case of the H1N1 flu virus pops up here. But 8 in 10 respondents said they were aware that personal hygiene and social responsibility are vital in prevention measures. And finally, in courts and crime, police have arrested a 17-year-old Malay believed to be involved in a case of snatch theft. He's alleged to have robbed a 66-year-old Chinese woman of a handbag on May 11. He was arrested 2 days ago at his Hougang residence and will be charged in court today. In a separate case, 2 Chinese men aged 18 and 22 were arrested in Ang Mo Kio Central 2 days ago for suspected loan shark harassment activities in the area. Another 20-year-old Malay man was also arrested at Serangoon North in a separate anti-loan shark operation. The 3 men will be charged in court today. And those are our top 5 stories this hour. If you want to contact us, you can now send us tweets at Razor TV on Twitter or send us a message via our Facebook application. Also, drop us an email if you have any news tips, photographs or videos. Lastly, don't feel shy to join in our Razor TV forums to share your views and opinions. See you in the next hour for more news updates.